Chapter 42, The Escape. Tom had all but forgotten about St. Willets. Even though the boy had only been at hospital for a couple of days, the place already seemed like his home, and the other children his family. "Chopper!" called out the headmaster from across the ward. At his posh boarding school, the teachers never used your first name. "Yes, sir," replied Tom. It was as if he was already back at school. "Time to leave, boy." The headmaster was a portly gentleman with long sideburns and little round glasses. The man always wore a heavy tweed suit, a cardigan, and a bow tie. A waft of pipe smoke followed him everywhere he went. It was as if the headmaster had travelled through time from at least 100 years ago to the present day. The school prided itself on not having changed in hundreds of years, so the old-fashioned headmaster, Mr. Thews, suited it perfectly. Matron stood next to him at the end of the ward. "Chop, chop," he ordered. "What about my mum and dad, sir?" asked Tom. "What about them, boy?" replied Thews. "I thought they were coming to pick me up." "Oh, no, they are miles away," scoffed the headmaster. Tom looked downcast. "It was only a little cricket ball on the head, boy," continued Thews. "It might have knocked some sense into you. Let's not forget the St. Willets school motto, Nec quiria si empty et tormentis. Translate that from Latin, boy. Never complain even if you are in great pain. Excellent. The school motto was written underneath the coat of arms and emblazoned on every blazer. As the other children in the ward looked on with sadness, Tom pulled the curtain around his bed to get changed back into his cricket whites. The boy took as long as he could. He didn't want to leave his friends. "For goodness sake, get a move on, boy," ordered Mr. Thews. "Stop dilly-dallying." Tom pulled the grass-stained cricket jumper over his head and stepped out from behind the curtain. "Have you heard from my mum and dad at all?" asked Tom hopefully. The headmaster shook his head and smirked. "Not a whisper. They never call, they never write. It's almost as if they have forgotten all about you." Tom bowed his head. "Come on, Chapter. What are you waiting for?" demanded the headmaster. "I just need to say goodbye to my new friends." "There isn't time for that, boy. Come on, quick smart. You have a great deal of schoolwork to catch up on since you've been in here." "You heard what your headmaster said, child," snapped the matron. "Get a move on." As Tom made his way along the shiny floor of the ward, he glanced either side to take one last look at his new friends. Sally, Amber, George and Robin all lifted their hands in a silent wave. "The matron has told me all about your appalling behaviour since you have been here at the hospital," announced Mr. Thews. Tom said nothing. "A gang, indeed! Getting out of your beds in the middle of the night. You have soiled the good name of St. Willets School." "Sorry, sir." "Sorry isn't good enough, boy," snapped the headmaster. "You will be punished severely as soon as we are back at school." "Thank you, sir." "Goodbye, boy," said matron. "I hope I never see your nasty little face again." Tom turned his head and took one last look at his friends. Sally smiled back, but Thews yanked Tom's arm and the tall doors swung open and shut. The headmaster frog-marched Tom along the corridor, his hand placed firmly on his shoulder. Tom felt like an escaped prisoner who had been captured and was being returned to prison. He had to do something. Anything. Sally deserved her dream to come true more than any of the children, and time was running out. The lifts were ahead. Tom knew if he was going to escape he had to think fast. Within moments he would be in the headmaster's car, making the long journey back to his boarding school in the country. Up along the corridor, Tom spotted the replacement porter with a large trolley of laundry. The man was standing by a hatch in the wall, stuffing bags of laundry into a chute. Tom knew the chute led all the way down to the basement of the hospital. A child could fit in there, but not a grown-up. The new porter moved off, and Tom realised this was his only chance. The boy wrestled himself out of the headmaster's grasp and ran off. "Come back here, boy," bellowed Thews. "Goodbye, sir," said Tom, as he took a running leap, head first, down the chute.